Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? RC Fanatics. Oh, whoa. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's a good thing. We've, of course, had this soaking in some sea foam for about 4 days here. On this little engine in here. It's really hot. And I just put her in for another cleaning cycle, just in some soapy water. And wow, maybe that's the oily part of the seafoam stuff, because it is a bit oily, kind of. That's pretty gross. I can't even see in there now. So, I'm gonna set her for another spin here. I guess there's still stuff coming on. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, if it's actually getting stuff off or it's taking metal off now. I don't know. She might be a good thing, she might not be a good thing. The bearing must be sitting right there. The bearing's sitting right there. No, the bearing's underneath the motor here. Very warm, I must say. It's definitely heated the water up a bit. We're going to let this cycle finish, I guess, here. Put this lid on, it's really loud. Let that cycle finish there, and I guess we'll pull her out and see what she's looking like. Alright, I'm just running up the air compressor over there. This thing a little bit more, pushing around. It's almost done, 12 seconds, and then I'm going to take it over and blow it off, and we'll see how she's looking on the inside. 3, 2, 1. Ride's over, bud. Well, that's about as clean as I am going to be able to get it. Funny enough, there's still stuff. It must be burnt right on. Let's zoom in. Yeah, I guess that stuff must burn pretty hot or something, but still really not liking the look of that bearing in there. Pretty crubby still, but there's not much else I can do to it other than get it out and put another one in. But I'm not going to be running this thing, I don't believe, anyways. So she goes back together. We'll spray some nice lubey stuff in there and keep it from hopefully going sour again. But yeah, let's see how she's rolling. I wonder if they make a ultrasonic cleaner that's a little more violent. Seems to be rolling pretty good, but I can't get any more of that gunk out of there, so what can I do? That should go in there. There we go. Doesn't feel terrible too bad. I don't really want to stuff this guy in yet until I give him some lube. It's not terrible bad, I guess. Feels a little dry, but that's kind of expected because it is probably pretty dry in there now. Doesn't feel like there's any chunking or anything. So now, what am I going to spray in there as a preservative? I'm thinking fluid film. It's got sheep grease in it, and it's actually pretty good stuff. But you know what? I don't think I have any up here, so I'm going to have to get some. That doesn't feel too bad though. Okay, maybe we'll sheep grease it. I don't believe these are supposed to be greased. They go in dry and they're actually lubricated by the oil that's in the fuel. But just as a, you know, precautionary, I'm going to spray a bit down in there maybe. And we'll mush that guy back in. Should hopefully go pretty decently-ish. And get another piece of towel here, put this on. Actually, I got some water on the table here. This can go back for now. Look at that moisture on there. And we'll plunk this guy down for now, and I'll get some sheep grease. We'll put some sheep grease to it. It's like rebuild oil or something. Okay, I got my sheep grease, and why I call it sheep grease is because it's got lanolin in it, which is like wool sheep oil. Pretty much good for everything. This is like really good stuff. Let's read a bit here. Rust's worst enemy, wool wax formula, tack-free lubrication. It doesn't like harden up in there or anything. Acceptable for use in food plants in Canada, not in the US probably though. So you guys are screwed. Sorry, but anyways, see what she's good here for. It's good for fishing reels, excavators, hammers, dirt bikes or motorcycle thingies, snowmobiles, gears, tractors, cars, guns, planes, bicycles. What the heck is that? Car without wheels? I don't know. ATV, household stuff. Looks like garage doors, boats and trucks, and apparently RC car engines, nitro engines. So always active, non-evaporating, non-drying, stays in place formula for continuous durable protection. Barrier utilizes the unique molecule action of wool wax along with other corrosion inhibiting ingredients. Non-water soluble, displaces moisture, apply over damp or dry surfaces, repels water, resists washout. Excellent no drip vehicle undercoating. It's good stuff, but I'm not going to use a whole pile on this thing, just enough to kind of keep it from going crappy again. But the reason it goes crappy is the oil, I think, and probably something to do with the nitro that's in the nitro. So that's the problem with it. But anyways, a little project here. I got a servo here from Dylan's Slash over there. And the steering quit. Well, we took it all apart here. We found out that the actual motor has like seized up for a waterproof servo. I think it got probably through the top here or something and soaked everything in there. So this one's pretty well junk. There's not much I can really do with it now. So yeah, waterproof. My foot. But anyways, that's not a good thing. We'll just put that off the side. So I gotta find a new servo. Man, oh man, they charge a fortune for them things here in Canada, eh? Like ridiculous amount, like $75 for a little servo. So I do have one I threw in his thing for now, temporary. But anyway, so this is rolling really good here. We're gonna sheep grease it up here a little bit. Let's give this a little spray. Kind of hard to see in there, but okay, that's got some sheep grease to it. I'm just going to see if I can stand it up, maybe just to let it soak down into that bearing. And this guy will do him too. Normally the bearings here would get lubricated by the oil in the fuel, right? Sheep grease, it's like bubbly and foamy and stuff, and it'll eventually settle down and be a nice oil. So I'll probably just give these things a little coating too, so everything's got a little bit of lubrication to her. It doesn't smell like sheep, it actually kind of stinks. It's kind of really, but it's mostly not too bad. So okay, I'm going to let those guys sit a few, because the next thing we got to do is install the bearing in the back of the housing there, the small guy. And I'm just going to give this a little, oh yeah, that's good, that slowed it up a little bit too. Work it in, work it in. And that stuff's good because it won't go hard and gummy. It stays chewy and gooey, we'll say. So, okay, I'll let that sit a minute. There's other little parts here I'll lubricate too with just a bit of this stuff. And let them sit and kind of soak. 3,000 miles an hour. The cylinder I'll do too. It's just maybe a little coating on the inside. Doesn't really need it on the outside, but that's not too bad. Okay. What else we got? I guess that's really about it for that. So I'm just gonna let this guy soak. Feels actually not too bad. That's pretty darn smooth. It's pretty smooth. And I'll let that stuff soak for an hour or so here, and then I'll just dab off the extras because you don't want too much in there. But this engine I'm probably not going to run it because I don't have fresh clean nitro. I got some stuff here that's like 10 years old. Don't think I better run that in it. So, and if I did, I'd have to pretty much disassemble this whole entire thing again to, you know, because I'm not going to run this thing for, you know, driving it. I'm more into the electrics and stuff now, just plug and play, charge, plug and play, right? So we'll just let that, you know, be able to still pull, but not seizure up again. So, okay, I'll let that sit, and we'll be back momentarily. Okay, that's probably pretty good and soaked. I don't think she's gonna soak anymore. So I just want to dab a little extra out of there. That's not too bad. Okay, so now got to do everything in reverse now. Got to remember how to do it. Okay, so we got to put this bearing in first, and the sealed part goes to the outside. Of course, the other side here. And it might not go exactly as I wanted it to. Done. It's probably not exactly the right way to do that, but she's in. Alright, so now the little crankshaft can go through. Ooh, that went in a little nicer this time. Sweet. That's looking good. Alright, we can work on the piston and cylinder. Now we've got the little locating pin right there. And on the cylinder there's a little locating notch, so that's pretty straightforward. Except, I gotta think about this now. Put a little bit of the sheep grease on there just to make it a little smoother. I gotta think about the right way to do this because I think I have to put this guy in first and latch him on, which is the definite tricky thing. I'm gonna need some needle nose. Needle nose. And I really should look at my diagram in a second here. Okay, so the little cut for the port goes to the carburetor side, and it's kind of hard to show you this process here, but what was the trick now to do that? There was a trick. Those bearings are spinning too good now. Sure, a lot better than it was before. Okay, almost got it on the pin. It's amazing these engines work as well as they do. Oh, you turd. Oh, that's right. There's groove down there. I gotta start it up at the top here and get it on, and then it follows the groove kind of down through. There we go. So it's kind of hard to see, but you can see there's a little groove that connecting rod goes into, so you'll never be able to hook it in while it's down, so you got to hook it up while it's up top. And hopefully I got that in the right way. Yes, I did. So okay, so that should be good. Now we got to try to get the cylinder down here and line it up with the piston, as it actually almost did on its own there. Just like that. Okay, that's good. Super. Okay. Ooh. So now we can start working on this end of it. And I probably should give that another shot of greasy stuff in there, but I don't want to put too much into it. That comes out so fast. Okay, that's pretty good. And if I ever do run it, it should dissolve that stuff out pretty quick and blow right at the top. So, okay, so we need our backing plate. Now I gotta figure out all these screws and stuff. From where? Okay, so we need the starter. It's a starting, I can't remember what they call that now. It's a starting something. That's where that little one-way bearing goes on there, and it goes onto the little crankshaft there, and that's your starter. Oh, there's a name for it, but my memory's just not thinking about it right now. Now I'm going to give, actually I'm just going to put a little blob of sheet grease there. Just give everything a little, oh geez, nice little coating. Hopefully this is the right way. Ooh, that's gotta go the right way too. Okay, so there's a little. Okay, I gotta look and see, because this does have a notch on it, and I don't really see onto here, so you could probably go either way. So I would think it would go with this way because of the numbers and everything are up. There's a little arrow pointing up. I'm just going to double check it on the schematic. Yes, notch up. Notch up. So we'll get this guy down onto here. Get this guy threaded onto there. Is it gonna stay? I think we're good. Yeah, it seems attached there. Okay, now we got a nice little stand because of that thing's square. Okay, believe these ones were these tiny little guys here. So I'm gonna need my screwdrivers. And I think these guys here should be good. Pretty good. Tiny. My fingers now seem to not work super efficiently with small little items anymore. No, I guess I'm getting old. Old sucks. Stay young. Stay young. Those two guys. Oop, see? Fingers. And I haven't tightened them down yet. I'm just getting them snug. That should be good. I don't want it to be super tight. That's good. That is good. Now what do we got to work on? We need to work on the one-way bearing. This shaft should be dry as you can get her. You know, some oil leaks through and gets on these things, so ooh, which way does this go now? Let me grab. So it should, yeah, that should be the right way. Okay, and that guy can go back on. And we need our 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws for those. And our, I think it's that one. Yup. Okay. Just putting everything together kind of loosey-ish right now. Very simple engines, really. I'd love to get into something that's like a twin or more cylinder or something, or a radial engine, the old radials. I think that'd be cool. They're are available, but they are wicked expensive. Just to take one apart, see how it works, that's pretty expensive, but Great Hobbies has them special order, but radial engine with pretty neat. Actually, they've got all kinds of different things there. You can get turbine engines from their website, or special order, of course. Okay, so that can get just snugged on. I think actually these things should have a spot of Loctite on them, but I didn't put any on. Okay, that's good. Make sure that sleeves right down. We're going to work on, yes, I guess we can put the cylinder head on, and should put a new one of these gaskets on for sure. I don't have one though, so we're just going to put this back together like that. And as long as everything kind of stays where it should, we need to get our long head bolts. So these are them here. And I just want to make sure, bigger one. That's it there. So, I think it goes that way. Don't think it really matters which way they kind of go on, but we'll put her on that way. So now we need to screw. Come on. What happened? Doesn't want to go in. Got a little bend and oh, it's broken the head. Must have crashed it too hard one time. It's fractured. Okay, there we go. So now this is the tricky part. To get, well, I could do it the other way. I could flip it upside down. Start it in, unless they don't happen to cross thread anything, because that would be a bad day for the engine. Okay, then we can sandwich it together, make sure the gasket stays there, and just hold down and snug. didn't clean the head at all. I just kind of left it where it was. So just want to look in here and double make sure that we didn't get something messed up. She's all looking good. I'll see if I can get you guys a shot of that. Can kind of sort of see between there. It looks pretty good to me, so I am happy. Okay. Don't need to go crazy hard because these are only tiny little screws and very fine threads, and they will tear out really easily. That should be decent. Okay. Coming together pretty good. Carburetor. I think that went, boy oh boy. Oh yes, and I'm missing my little bolt off of here, which should be right there. Put a little pinch bolt. And I can't remember which way the carburetor faces now. You know what? I probably did take a picture of it. Let me just check my pictures. Maybe I didn't. And took a picture of the other side of the engine, but okay, let me just look at it quickly in the truck. Okay, so it sits in the truck like that, and then the control comes across here and then grabs onto the little feller there, so that'll work. I'm just going to sheep grease this just a little bit. Come on, you turd. Oh wow, that's a tight fit. Got to sit right down into that O-ring. Oh my goodness. That's not too bad. Just got to realign it a little bit. Good. I'm pretty happy with that. So, I never did find... Actually, you know what? This little kit does come with a little driver bit, guys. I don't know if that's still too small. Yep. 2.5 mil to 5 mil. So we'll do something you shouldn't. I actually do have sockets I should use instead of, yeah. Hang on a sec, I'll find the socket. Should ever, whenever you can, use the right tool. So we're going to use the right tool. So 6mm. And that doesn't have to be wicked tight either. That should be lots. It shouldn't come out there now. Okay, we're almost there. Sweet. Sweet. What else we got left? Power end, I guess. We have to do that side of it, so that we want fairly clean. Power. And we need to put our little cone, wedge cone guy thing on there. Flywheel can go on there. And how am I going to do that? Like a zip tie or something. Show you what for, because we need to I guess we can hold it with my channel lock guys there, and it should be this one. Yeah. Okay. Let me grab my channel locks. It's not exactly the right tool. I just mentioned, you know, you should use the right tool, but this works, but it's definitely not the right tool. That's it. Just tight. You don't have to kill it. Kill it, you're going to kill it. Okay, there we go. So we can actually give it a... Ooh, that sounds like a lot of power in there. Gotta hold it the right way. That sounds nicer. Looks like it turns now. Clutch. I like these clutches. There's only 2 pins. The one on the Hyper 7, I think, was like 3 separate little ones, and they kind of suck putting them on. But this one usually isn't too. Ow! Frig sakes, that hurt. This one isn't usually too bad. There. Just got to get it over the. Ow! I'm bleeding. Gonna get it over the spring clip there, guy. And this, we have a little washer guy we gotta watch. That's our clutch bell housing gear thingy guy. Let's get that down onto that shaft bender. Good. And then our E-clip. Well, that holds it on. I'm bleeding. Blood is raining. There. Spinning nice. Good. Those bearings are probably still good. And we need to do our engine mount now too. That's pretty straightforward. That's the bigger screw again. Old engine mount. I would really like to start this up, you know, but that old nitro, I don't. I'm bleeding. Don't think I'm going to run that old junk through it. It's just not a good idea. So we'll get this into the truck here again after, and show you how to set the gap between the 2 gears of the big spur gear and this gear on this engine. There is a method, and it works pretty good. Let go. Hello. It's a little bit of an angle on these screws here, but okay, we are reassembled. That wasn't too bad. Well, let's clear a spot here, and that's where our muffler and our exhaust header's on that muffler too. So let's clear a spot. We'll get the truck up here, and I'll show you what to do to mount these fellers back in. Okay, so we got our dirty old truck here. What we need to do is I gotta take these bolts out the bottom first. It's funny, the one bolt there like got threaded in more. I think it did anyways from the ultrasonic cleaner. And if I think ahead about this, it's probably better if I put my muffler on right now. Okay, so let me just roughly set this up in here. So that's got to go there. That's got to go there. I think it'd be just a little bit easier to get it threaded back on. Come on, you turd face. Heat thingy for the muffler. Now, why are you being a turd? That's right. Now, this is the tricky part to get this hooked in the right spot. And away she goes. Probably better if I do that. Oh, darn it. Okay, and this has got to come around the front. These things are really tiny and really sharp. And you kind of got to use some needle nose of some sort here. I lost it. Let me change my angle. I just want to get it sort of set on there, and then I'm going to adjust it after. It's actually not in the right spot. Oh bother. Got to go underneath that carburetor. My mistake. But I think I can fix. If I can fish it through. Okay. Not really through the way I'd like it. Smaller. Oh, I don't have smaller ones in here. Oh. Okay, I'm still not liking the way that's hooked in. There, that's a little better. Yeah, we're through it now. Okay. Okay, so there's a little feller that's got to go on a little post in here too. I have to try to fish all this together. And get that into there. Okay, so that's good. That one runs over here to there. This one sneaks around there into the carburetor. Okay, so that's good. So we want to start the screws into the bottom, the engine mount here. Get one to start maybe. And you don't want to crank these down yet because there's a little method we got to do to get the engine, the sprockets, the spur gear, and the clutch bell housing in the right spot. So these you want just snug, but enough that it'll still slide a little bit. And buried under here somewhere is the other one. Can't quite see it. Now this might be a little tricky because I normally use my smaller wrench for this because you can leave the truck on its wheels then. For this right now, I have to probably try to do it up on its side like this, but it should be alright. Okay, so that should be got a bit too tight. Loosen her off a bit then. That one's good. A lot of play in that drive shaft. Okay, that should be loose enough now. Okay, that's moving. Okay, so what we gotta do here, I don't know if I can get you in here because this stupid thing's right in the way. But all we need is a little sheet of paper, tiny sheet of paper. And you want to put this and feed this between the spur gear and the clutch bell. And just kind of let it in. And then push your engine tight. That's all you want is that space of the paper. And I have done it before like this and it's worked. Other times it hasn't worked. I've had to reset it again. But 9 times out of 10 it's alright. Now if you don't do it this way, you'll get it too loose. Either too loose or too tight. Both ways are bad. So now you pull this out and you should hear it spin. Yeah. That's not too bad. If it was any tighter it would really grind hard If it's any looser, it would just sound worse, and you'd end up. What's going to happen is, though, when you juice it, if it's loose, it takes off, and this is only plastic, right? Metal bell housing gear. So this will just spin the teeth right off of that, and then she'll be junk. So, okay, so we can put that guy there. And this is a little pressurized line that pressures the fuel tank. It's like your fuel pressure guy. And this little guy here that holds this post on, we can adjust him and tighten him up. Oh, I really want to start this thing up. You know what? I might not do it on this video, but I might. Oh, I can't fire it up though because I don't have my igniter. Darn it! I tried my igniter, this guy here, and it didn't work. So I guess it's the battery and the thing is screwed. So I gotta wait till I get a new igniter or something. Darn it! But anyways, that should be it. There's our pull cord. Definitely pulling nicer now, not like a before we couldn't even pull it. So darn it, I wish I had an igniter. I do have one. I have that one that's got the double A in it. You change the double A, and I don't know where I put it. It's here somewhere. Anyways, not a big deal. So should be good now. But sweet. So there you can see what it paper did to the gears did to the paper. So kind of corrugates it a little bit. So that works good. That's what I've always done and had good success with that. And yeah, should be fine. But anyways, there we go, Mr. T-Maxx. You're back in action. I just don't have an igniter to light you up. So anyways, we forgot one part here. Needs cleaned again too, but that's actually supposed to go into there. And that guy clips onto there, and you really should put a zip tie onto them, but I don't have a zip tie for that right now. So, and this guy went on here, a little clip guy, if I can get him to work for me. What the frickin' crap? Actually, you know what, that might be for here. No, I think that's right, that was for here. Holy jumping, I'm just not lining the hole up right, I guess. There. Okay. There we go. But yeah, there is supposed to be another smaller little clip that goes onto your radio box thing here. Still got a receiver somewhat in there, so. But anyways, yeah, I can't fire this up because I don't have an igniter. Darn it. This one's no good. This one's really old though, so low plug igniter. Battery must be recycled. I wonder if I can just put a new battery on it, or maybe some of these they have no batteries. They have like 2 leads, and you put that onto like a 12-volt battery or something, or whatever these are. One, so it's probably 1.5-volt battery, and then you just put that on, and away she goes. So let's oh, pardon me, let's maybe shred this outside package off of this thing, if I can get it off, and see what's underneath here. Probably gonna zap myself, but anyways. Ooh. Oh, it's like fused right to it or something. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I can get that off. Darn it. Oh well. That's all we can do. Maybe just sort of leave that on there so I remember what the heck it was. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little resto project. Yeah, I should have probably cleaned up the rest of the truck too while I was at it, but yeah, it's a truck. It's not new. It's meant to be used and abused. I imagine we could still get some wheelies out of her though. You know. But anyways, there we go. Thanks again for watching. Catch us all later, and you guys have a good day.